Alright, ladies and gents, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations for the PC. This will be our very first time playing it, so if you just joined us, you haven't missed a thing. But if you'd like to check out some of the games we've played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out the YouTube channel. But for tonight, let's get into the game, shall we? Let's see. Named, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing well. Glad to have you with us. It's pretty weird. It doesn't come up that much, but like there's definitely some things you can see in there if you're looking for them, at least, which is kind of neat. This is a very loud game. I've got it set up so it should be okay for you guys, but holy crap, it is loud in my headset. So, let's start with Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. A Lobo from Apex Legends? I can see that. I can kind of see that there. Interesting. Crossover possible? It's possible. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you consider to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. It wasn't me. I didn't. Wait, is that Phoenix? I didn't do it. He's got Phoenix's hair, but what the hell is up with the clothing? Clothing is atrocious. What are you wearing? 5 years earlier, Mia Fey second trial. So Mia Fey is Phoenix's mentor. So it looks like we're starting way in the past, which is interesting. I mean, caught up on chat a little bit. Did you talk about the podcast and Harvester? Oh, no, I didn't. Thank you for reminding me, Emperor. So, if anybody has been interested in that podcast I've been doing with Fat Wizard, we released a new episode yesterday, I believe it was. Or this week, definitely. And it is me and Wiz talking about Elden Ring. No. Eternal Ring. Sorry, I get those two confused. We're playing the PS2 game Eternal Ring, which we played on stream, so you may remember that one. Yeah, we have a great time discussing it because it's a very weird game, and we have a good time talking about it. So feel free to check that out. That is on YouTube or basically any podcast service you can think of. And as Emperor mentioned, Wiz very offhandedly and very jokingly mentioned that if their Patreon gets to 250 supporters, he will force me to read the entire leaked script for Harvester. Now, I think last time I checked, their number of subs on Patreon was in the single digits, but still, anything can happen. And a promise is a promise. If it happens, I will do it. I absolutely will. As dramatically as possible. Excuse me. Oh, wow, Gamagumo, that is a weird story. I'll have to see if I can find video of that. That's wild. Dame carrying that pea sweater in Suburb, it's definitely a style. It's a choice. I kind of want to know what Phoenix's vibe was there, if that was him, because that's a weird stylistic choice. Shane, you underestimate our willingness to make you suffer. Let's see, when did you say that quote? Which one, number 55? I don't remember. There was a game we were playing, I know, that had food degradation over time. And there was some rotten food, and I'm like, well, this will probably just give me less health than usual, but it poisoned me, and I'm like, oh, that was a problem. Oh, Boktai, right, because food rots in Boktai. And then I poisoned myself because I ate rotten food, because I thought it wouldn't be that bad. Thank you for the reminder, Rin. I appreciate that. All right, April 11th, 9:40 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Phew, it's finally time. Kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossenberg, good morning. This is Mia's mentor as well, the person that brought her into the legal profession too. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know? What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossenberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg, and at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me, what with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday, about the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts. Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. It is Phoenix, holy crap. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, I'll be fine. No problem. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like, the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's why it is what this mask is for. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anybody else. Be kind to others, he says. Be kind to others, chat. Do like our buddy Phoenix Wright, be kind to others. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt! That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. Let me get caught up in chat. Randy, you do your job well and I don't pay you nearly enough for it. Yeah, named. A lot of people are saying this is probably their favorite game in the original trilogy at a bare minimum, so I'm excited about that. I love that worded animal. There's actually a lot of documents you can find online from the original translators talking about why they made the decisions they made. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I love it. Including justifications for why they think it's okay that Phoenix Wright, the English version, is set on the West Coast instead of in Japan, which is really interesting. I think it's really interesting. Yeah, not a very well-fitted mask, but still. Oh, white chlorination syndrome. I know there was a mention of a pillar of salt in there at some point as well. Gabagumo. That's interesting. Rin, excellent quote right there. I love it. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. That trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. Dame Karen, I'm kind of wondering if he has anything else. Or if he just, like, sort of went to Goodwill and is like, I love this shirt so much, I will never wear anything else. Because I don't know how old he is here, but that's a very teenager thing to do. Be kind like Scorpion, oh my god. It's been 1 year since then, and, well, here I am again. But this time, This time, I'm going to win. For my client and for myself. It's not an encouraging start. April 11th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well... You're just a rookie. Are you really sure you can handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon. What's that all about? Is he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. It certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. The crime took place behind an IVU building. Gotcha. Oh, interesting, Gamagumo. So basically, by popping through the portal, they brought magic to our world. That's interesting. Yeah, I can see where Phoenix got a lot of his mannerisms now. And K-Cita, welcome in. Yeah, this judge is terrible. Honestly, the entire judicial system in the Phoenix Wright games makes no sense whatsoever. And it seems to pile all of the troubles of the courtroom onto the defense and just gives the prosecution infinite leverage and slack. It's so weird. Yeah, remember when we had a prosecutor who was literally just whipping Phoenix in the middle of the courtroom and the judge just didn't let her? Judge just absolutely let that happen. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is, this victim died a rather unusual death. Unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought that it might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. What? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. Let's do that now. We've got the attorney's badge, proof of my profession. The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. The autopsy report, date and time of death, 4/9 at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. And then we have the photo right there. That is fairly unusual, at least. That's interesting. Yeah, the whip thing was completely just bizarre. She whipped the judge, too! And what did the judge do? Acquiesce to her demands? It's so weird. Oh, Francesca von Carva, what a weird character. Does it look different? I don't remember if there was anything in the center of Phoenix's, but I know it had that sort of flower design on the outside. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Gotta stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. Court record. Okay, let's take a look. Just press tab here. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Let's see, admittedly I still haven't played the PC port. I believe the only thing they changed on the PC port is they just sort of used upscaled assets. I don't think anything else actually altered on here. It does, it kind of does, Malkill, which is pretty wild. Electrocution. But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsies, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. For anybody that doesn't remember, Winston Payne is the first guy that Phoenix himself steamrolled, so this only seems appropriate. BlackRock? No, this game's from 2004, actually. It's the third game in the series, but it was the conclusion to the original trilogy, and it was originally meant to be the final game in the series, but they've made like a dozen after that, so no, this one's a long, long time ago. We're basically trying to play the whole series in release order, so we're still pretty far near the beginning. Yeah, he's pretty awful. A lot of the prosecution attorneys are pretty awful, but Payne's just a pain, which, you know, makes sense. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? Oh, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need, and then shove it in old Greybeard's face. Evidence of bad blood? I certainly don't see anything there. There's gotta be something in the photo, though. Oh wait, profiles! We can check out the profiles too, I forgot about those. There we go. Holy shit, Gamagumo. This story gets crazier and crazier, holy shit. Alright, so we've got Marvin Grossberg, age 61, my superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. Phoenix Wright, age 21, my client, a third-year art student. A third-year art student at Ivy University. Oh my god. Phoenix Wright, lawyer extraordinaire, was going to an Ivy League university for art? Well, his entire life took a left turn at some point. Holy crap. Trek reviewer, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a great week so far. Yeah, he does look good for his age, I'll give him that, but why is Phoenix going to school as an art student? I'm confused. Doug Swallow, age 22, the victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Dahlia Hawthorne, age 20, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Well, there we have it. That's why there was bad blood. Phoenix stole his lady. You could say his life turned about. I want to see his art so bad, Dave Karen. Oh my god, please. Please, I need this. Phoenix Wright Master Painter, give me that. I will pay money for it. And Winston Payne, age 49. He also looks good for his age. A prosecutor for this trial, a veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with tab, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? And that would be Dahlia Hawthorne, I believe. Fortunately, the ritual actually worked despite what you might expect from the series. There is a lot of bad things in there. I'm kind of hoping that Phoenix's style was like abstract sculpture. Like, it's basically just like a 4-foot tall thing with just blobs of clay everywhere and like some, I don't know, pine branches he found out back. That's what I want to see. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? I'm very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story. Oh, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. Court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Let's see, Blackrock, is this the last game in the Ace Attorney series, or there's still more? Oh my god, there's like a dozen more games after this. There's some with other protagonists, there's some with Phoenix still, there's some crossover games with other series, there's plenty more, I assure you. Tons more, so don't worry. But this is meant to be the conclusion to the original trilogy. So think of this as the big season finale, if nothing else. Excuse me. Rin, I have him as the Thomas Kincaid of the Ace Attorney universe. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now, I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh, I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected of the death of your fellow student, Doug. But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was. Achoo! Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. It's so weird to see Phoenix on the stand. Oh, that's why they mentioned the desert used to be a forest. Interesting. That's actually well worked out. Dawn Wanderer, welcome in. This one has the best court music. God, I love the music in this series. I still don't think I've heard music that I like better than the Desperation music from the first game, because holy crap, that was hype as hell. But yeah, I love the music in here in general. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Phew, looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if it is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. Oh, he looks a little guilty there. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Phoenix, what have you done? Hey, Castellano, welcome in. How are you doing, Castellano? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you with us. Cross-objection, baby! If only I could be drifting a boar in this room. Rook's Honor, welcome in. How are you doing today? Alright, so the first thing we do in games like this is we go through and we press every statement just to see what happens, because we get some more information there. So, let's see what we can find out. So he admits he was there. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Oops, wrong button. Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Hashu! Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. Coincidence, huh? But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. You say you found the body? So who called the police? Huh? Achoo! Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Achoo! Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So, you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right! Well, no. That is... I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? Now see here! You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me? Why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly. Who's this Dolly person? Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even? But it doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? Ah! No, it wasn't me! I'm not a killer, I swear! Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... Yeah, I know we're supposed to be defending him, but you heard what Mr. Grossberg said. We gotta get to the truth one way or another. Rux, congrats on winning that duel. Warden, congrats on the all-in. He's guilty, taken to the guillotine, oh god, no. Sky, welcome in. How are you doing today, Sky? Hope you're doing well. Named, congrats on the all-in. Well done. The mask riding up his face is too relatable. It really is. I actually use the bridge of my glasses to hold it in place, which is a wonderful thing. Glasses getting fogged up, though. Not a wonderful thing. He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true. Cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask something, Ms. Fay? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person, anyway? This Union Jack fellow? Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there is a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg! Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? Yeah, I think we can take it. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time, from the very beginning of his testimony. But I think I know what we need to do. I'm going to save, first of all. I guess we can start deleting all the old saves. There we go. Contradiction, you say? I love that game. The right honorable Judge Dumbass, he is not very smart. I mean, honestly, Mia is a cool character. I would like to see more of her. They could totally do a prequel game with her. I'd buy that. I mean, Jack Union does sound like a name in the Phoenix Wright universe, so I can see that one. Phoenix, what do you think of this? Yeah, showing off the attorney badge always gets hilarious results. Alright, so... he was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. However, here's the thing. This is the crime scene photo. Notice there's nothing on the back of his jacket there. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Ms. Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath the jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me! Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him! That pee on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. Lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at the photo from the crime scene. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Yeah, I know, that's a very blunt name right there, I love it. I know, I'm kind of wondering which word she was thinking of there, Dawn. Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped it by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Ooh, we're gonna have to check that out. Cold Killer X found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Knight of Purgatory, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you've been doing well since I've seen you last. I'm doing good, thank you. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Okay. Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor hemorrhoids. Alright, we're going back to the testimony. Is this your first Ace Attorney game? No, this is my third. We're trying to play through the whole series in release order. So we've just gotten to this, but I've never played this one before. Was it powered by his life force? Oh my god. Stone Cold Killer X, that's amazing. Cold Killer X is my new rapper name, that's incredible. Alright, let's see what he's got now. This lying sack of shit. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Malkill, I'd buy that. That sounds incredible. What do you think of all the punny names? I kind of love them. I love puns, so I'm enjoying this. Alright, I need to blow my nose real quick, chat. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All I can think about now is in the US, there is actually a tax preparation service. I need to stress, it's a service that prepares your taxes for filing, called Tax Slayer. So, you know, all of this is not entirely unplausible, which I kind of love. Alright, so let's go ahead and press him on everything and see if we can get some extra information. Although, before we do that, going to the court record, let's take a look at these. So his watch is stopped at, what, about 3:15? Yeah, it looks like his watch is stopped at about 3:15. Interesting. Alright. So the truth is, I went because he called me. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is... it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart? What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Well, interesting. Let's see. Night of Purgatory, can't the FBI help? I mean, they're not really a department. I mean, the IRS knows a lot of it, but that is a whole complicated thing. So she used to be dating the victim, but now she was dating Phoenix. And that's why they're saying there was motive right there. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. It was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:15 behind that building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Oops. Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. The alchemist? I see. I gotta admit, I was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Yeah, let's ask about the timing. I'm curious about that. Was he a state alchemist? Oh my god, that's a whole different thing. So you were absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Oh, looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness, let's go on with your testimony. We talked for a bit, and then at 3 we split up. So what was it you were talking about? You know, maybe we should hang out again sometime? Hang out again sometime? Wish that were true. Lies! Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. This is going very badly. Some guy in a hat, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. So he'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? Can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the 2 of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Gosh, why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone else. Mia, please. Mia, please stop. Oh my god. Holy crap, 43C. I'm so sorry, Knight of Purgatory. That is horrific. Hope we've got somebody to cool down here. Your Honor, the defense believes this defendant is clearly too stupid to be responsible for this murder. Worthy blade, which you can loosely go to Edgeworth. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Is this Mia from RE7? Oh, God. I mean, they are both Capcom games. So there is that. Well, Mia? I don't know. I can't seem to find any contradictions. The boy isn't exactly what I'd call a natural-born liar, you know. Still, I can't have him continue to spout nonsense. No, but what can I do? Well, I'm certain he must still be hiding something. Information. Right now it's information we need more than anything else. Alright, so I've got an idea. So... let's press him on this again. See if we can get any further information here. We got through here, and then we had an option to ask him some more questions. Let's ask him about the pharmacology department as well. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead or on the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met up at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is... You are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? I could somehow establish how it was done. Maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Let's save, but I do have an idea. I do have an idea here. Yeah, that beard is pretty fantastic, isn't it? The judge's name is Frank, oh god. It's so weird. The legal system in these games is bonkers. I don't understand it. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Fay? I believe that if I were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate the arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that. Now then, Miss Fay, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Alright, we will present the crime scene photo. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? There's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Fay, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? Right about here. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... what is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students used in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then, the high voltage cable? Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. Certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, do you have anything to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. That much is certainly true. Yes, that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. Ah, you mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order! 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 That's enough! Let me get caught up on chat right here. Phoenix manifested the power of Blanco from Street Fighter. Oh my god. Show me what you got. He's guilty off to the guillotine. Oh god. I noticed the live wire. I don't know why they didn't notice it up until now. Mr. Bottom Shaw's machine, go! God, I used to love that meme. I mean, Phoenix is not looking good here. Like, how... The lying never looks good on a witness. That's always just a bad sign. Phoenix, I don't know why you're hiding stuff here, buddy, but it's not helping your case any. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg! My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Ms. Fay? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fay, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further... I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. Still can't believe it. You really did push the victim. Feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. This was made in 2004, and this is supposed to be a flashback, sir! Get your timeline correct! Alchemist Merlin, I would love that, please. At least put that in as a mod. Oh my god. Also, Grossberg does not strike me as a man that knows about the Harlem Shake. Big YouTube memer, Mr. Grossberg. Emperor, thank you for the gift sub to Alchemist Merlin right there. Gift sub number 1,178 in the channel. Thank you very much for that. So this game came out in 2004. I don't know where that is in relation to Harlem Shake. Emperor, thank you so much for that. I appreciate when you do throw those. $2013? Seriously? Holy shit. That's bizarre. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and I gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back. He was just lying there, dead. LTG, welcome in, and I'm sorry, that does happen here. 10 years foreshadowing, oh my god. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. Simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there wasn't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. It's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Ms. Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that'll prove it. Yeah, I need more information about where he got that from. Is it just like in between courtroom segments, he's just pulling out his phone and watching Harlem Shake videos? What is going on here? I have so many questions. Let's go ahead and make another save here. There we go. Immediate execution. So the guy was talking bad about Dolly. So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yep. Well, Ms. Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just... Phoenix, what are you doing to me here? You can't even lie believably, oh my god. LTG, congrats on the dual win there. Yeah, Phoenix does not make his life any easier, this is true. Ralph LaCoupe, welcome in, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. So this does take place in 2013, interesting. So he lost his temper and gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right! There was nothing like that at all! But is it possible that you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt! I believe what's important here is the moment to push the curd. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. Shocking grasp cantrip, of course. Phoenix, art student and apprentice wizard. Yeah, Phoenix, what is... Oh, Phoenix is gonna die. This is insane. Oh, Dawn, you played these back in the day on DS? Did you know in Japan these were originally released as Game Boy Advance games? I always found that was really fascinating. It's, yeah, they didn't foretell much about the future, but they foretold the coming of the Harlem Shake. So at that moment, he heard some kind of loud noise. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. Which I do. I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Let's ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack? Could it have been... Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us! When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Ms. Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? I'm gonna save again. There we go. Yeah, Phoenix, he's dead! Come on, you're accused of his murder, Phoenix! Dial it back a little, Jesus! Well... of course it's important. This is it, Mia. This new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No! This cheap umbrella is more than important, it's vital! I want to officially have it entered into testimony. How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. Court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. So after I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and you're certain of this? Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing the sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. Oh, my stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia. I'm so sorry. Continue on with your testimony, witness. He is very confident, definitely. He almost looted the body. He was considering it. So he says he didn't commit the murder, but he did assault the victim and was considering robbing him. Oh my god, this is going so badly for him. So a little while after he left, he started to get worried. After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did! I admit it! I was furious! You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Oh, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. So we went back, but he was just laying there dead. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? Nope, nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier? In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever. Yes, sir. Right now I need more info. Info that'll help me turn up some contradictions. I have an idea. Alright, I'm gonna save again, and then I'm gonna try something. Now I can hear that in my head, Dawn. That's amazing. Yeah, Phoenix... Oh, Phoenix is not doing well here. So here's the thing. He's not on top of the umbrella in the picture. So let's try presenting that. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No! Order, order, order. The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Owned by the victim found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But... I know the matter of this umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No! I must say, I still find it hard to believe. A huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Alright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess. You have another witness. Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. You'd think she'd be a suspect as well, but that's exactly why we're going to get in. And that's also why Payne is a giant idiot. Hence, he is the tutorial boss of the game. That makes a lot of sense. Judge must not have a tea time today, I guess not. Yeah, Payne's hair is so gross in here. Well, it was incontrovertible highlighted just to show what danger we're in now, I suppose. Dolly Parton, that is a surprise witness. Sir Ravenheim, welcome in. How are you doing today? Yeah, throw the corpse up on the stand. We'll cross-examine him. April 11th, 11:52 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Why, hello, Dolly. Was it a scripted loss, though, LTG? That's the question. Weekend at Bernie's, that corpse. Oh, my God. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's all right. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, wait, I'm sorry, on the side? Who studies to be a lawyer on the side? Oh, I'm going to college to be an art student, but for funsies. Just as a casual thing in my spare time. I'm studying the law. I think I figured out why Phoenix is so bad at his job. All of this is adding up in a way I never could have imagined. I feel like I know Phoenix so much better now. On the side! This is insane. Phoenix knows the art thing isn't gonna work out. Who studies the law for funsies? This is insane. Yeah, Malkill, that's insane. That's insane. Also, what is up with that necklace? Holy crap. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. Gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dottie. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. Makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Ms. Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. strange girl asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was, but how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? Newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct? An article from 8/28, almost 8 months ago. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Ghostberg. I need to finish this myself. Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, looks like recess is about over. We'd all better get moving. I guess so. Well, this is suspicious. He doesn't even sound like it's a minor. It just sounds like he's doing it for funsies, which is really bizarre. The volunteer law department. Oh my god. Yeah, there's got to be something with the necklace. That's super weird. Oh yeah, it is tomorrow, but it's 2013 right now, I think they said. So, interesting. Tomorrow in the past. Right, Alcos Merlin? Why does this judge always get the weird ones? The recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be continued. Alright, that's the end of part 1 right there. Alright, we have survived the first section. To be continued. My goal is to beat case 1 today. I think we can probably pull that off. April 11th, 12:13 p.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. We now return to Law and Order. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. Prosecution calls Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. It really is Malkill, holy shit. What's with the stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. There's nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? Judge, I call it the 5th. For her. For the lady. The lady will have a 5th, please. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine! No, the honor is all mine! Well, you know whose milkshake brings all the... Oh, Jesus! I need a moment. Everybody, just give me a second. Give me a second to compose myself. What is going on? No, I won't do it. You can't make me. I won't do it. I won't. I said enough. I'm good. What is with this entire law team just being the meme team? What is happening? That's right, it's better than yours. Rin could teach you, but she would have to charge. This is not Woolsey, I don't believe. I think this is done in-house for Capcom, but what is happening here? Sir? Is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Beanie wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's gonna be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Zenpachi, welcome in. How are you doing today? Feeny. She calls him Feeny. This is killing me. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady! As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. Oh, what's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once. In any case, Ms. Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Fey. Madam? Oh, no one's grandma yet, girlie. That entry key will get you every time, Gumo. Yeah, that was incredible, there's Zenpachi. Oh my god. This game is incredible. Nano! Those emotes! Alright, the butterflies are still there. That's killing me. Alright, let's go ahead and press her on everything, because I think just about all of this is lies. So she was gonna go back to Feeny's place after class. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeny, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry. Oh, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. It's supposed to be poetry? It's more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? Alright, take care of yourself, Emperor. Thank you so much for hanging around. Thank you for the bribes, as always. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, Emperor, and we will see you around. That's legit something that hangs in D&D, dude. She's putting the whammy on us. She's putting the whammy on us. So Feeny and Dougie were talking behind the building. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Fay. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please, go on. What did you see next? Oh god, this is gonna be hard here. Malcolm. So then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Beanie never did a thing to Dougie. I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? I'm gonna save, but I know where the real contradiction is here. So let's save. And let's see. Get back up to slot 1. You know, honestly, Alchemist Merlin, that does fit. It's true. Show contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? Oh, what? I would never. Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. And that is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. Nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Guess I could find the kid somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. Let's press that, then. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break! That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Mr. Judge. I went to go find some other students and they called the authorities. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Well, that sounds like a whole different thing. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on? Let's press for more details. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get any more information about the students. So, did the students call the police? Yes. I was so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find a contradiction on this one. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Give me another moment, though. I need to blow my nose real quick, folks. I'll be right back. Dawn, see, all I'm saying is, if you work at Burger King, you sometimes have some Burger King food. If you work at a car dealership, sometimes you take some of the cars for a spin. And if you're a licensed pharmacologist, well, you know. I'm just saying, it checks out. I have not known any licensed pharmacologists, but I mean, it adds up. Alright, so, I'm gonna check the evidence, but I believe I know what we're doing here. Let's see. Yep, I see exactly what we're doing here. So, we're going to here. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. LTG, that implies the postal worker I've taken stands on dare. I mean, I know you probably wouldn't, because who mails things anymore? I mean, except for, like, packages, and then I usually just print out labels. The licensed butterfly wranglers, that seems like kind of a cool job. The local zoo around here does actually have a butterfly enclosure. It's very cool. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. I like that hair flick, that's red. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a second, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. I saw what it is too. We'll get that in a second. Oh God, Dubin, what a character right there. Show the badge! No! Rin, I work in information technology, and I have indeed shamefully taken information home. Information? Oh my, how could you? How could you? Yeah, the animations are all really fun here. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening to her. To her. To her. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. Oh, what do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes. What about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Ms. Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. So what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now for you. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Ms. Fay. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? What is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Alright, the old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4/9 at 2:55 p.m. Yeah, as usual, the legal system in these games is insane. Phoenix is actually Zeus. I knew it. Plot twist. However, there is one more thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Ms. Fay, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I'm going to save here, as a matter of fact, because I don't like how this is looking one bit either. Mia was also not prepared for this case in the slightest, which is traditional for especially the tutorial cases. They just sort of bumble your way in. I have to come up with something to try and regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Well, chat, do you have any suggestions? I've got some thoughts, but I'm not 100% sure here. I'm curious. I will take suggestions if anyone's got anything. Let's see, Finkelroy, I think the craziest thing about the legal system in these games is the fact that it's not completely different from the Japanese legal system. Not completely, but also it's got some very, very significant differences. Well, go ahead, Malkill. I am open to suggestions if you got anything. I'm curious what you're thinking. Also, oh, we never checked out this newspaper clipping. While you folks think, I'm going to check this out. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who is sitting with the victim. Alright, that's all it says. It's interesting. Yeah, or did I suppose you would know? Was the mention that the umbrella was broken interesting? That's what I'm thinking, but if he fell on top of the umbrella, and that's what the testimony was, that he fell on top of the umbrella, then I'm not sure that helps our case. Hey, Evil Blanketfish, welcome in and thank you for the raid. How are you doing today? How was your stream? What were you playing? Tell me everything. And for anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Shane. That's Shane's Games. I play the obscure, the unusual, and the nostalgic. And today we are playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, the third game in the series. Ah, playing some more Octopath. Nice. How's that going for you? Still enjoying it, I hope? Let's see. Malcolm, my thought is that the umbrella hit the cable when it was pushed, causing the loud snap. Interesting. I think that actually might check out there. But he fell on top of the umbrella too, which is weird. Let's see. Say Mato, I like that. Welcome in. Thank you for coming along with the raid. I appreciate that. Chapter 3 for the characters now. Nice, making some good progress in there. Yeah, let's take a look at the photos again. Let's take a look at the photos again. So let's see. So the umbrella, again, is nowhere near where the cable broke, whereas he is, which is very strange. This, I think, is very important. I don't think we're going to bring this up this second, but this is going to be crucial. Because his watch appears to be stopped at 3:15, whereas the power outage happened at around 3 o'clock, right? Oh no, not 3:15, 3:05, sorry. I was wrong about that. Yeah, his watch is stopped at about 3:05, whereas they said the power outage was just before 3 o'clock, which is very interesting. Let's see, Finkelroy, on the surface, it seems like no real legal system could possibly have anything in common with it. It's true, it's true. There is some similarity. This is basically more based on the Japanese legal system than the American system, but still, they take a lot of liberties even then. That would be enormous LTG if that actually happens. We'll have to see. Holy crap. Yeah, the umbrella isn't anywhere near the victim. The umbrella isn't anywhere near the break, so I'm not 100% sure. We can't trust Phoenix's testimony. We can't trust Phoenix's testimony. He's very bad at everything. I don't know. I'm thinking about it here. basically, there's only two possibilities I can think of here. Possibility number one is the umbrella, and possibility number two is the victim himself. That makes sense. Say made up. Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna try presenting the umbrella. We'll see what happens. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor, I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. Ha! That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Well, I can only think of one other possibility if it's not the umbrella. Must be the victim then, right? No, not that either. The badge, damn it! It's not the umbrella. And it's not the victim. Phoenix? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that... The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power. Oh, alright, so they're going about it in a weird kind of roundabout way, but I see what you're getting. Alright, sure, if that's the answer you want. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See that umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order! Order in the court! Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it. Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation? She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Oh, what is this? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Of course, it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. This is best in life. Truth. The truth is, Beanie pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all happened in less than a minute. After being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for a second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Oh, this is... No, this is shifty. This is shifty and I don't like it. Alright, so the truth is Feeny pushed him twice. Ms. Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't! What you did is called perjury. Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time. Please, be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ho, 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 ho. Judge better be more careful himself. Dark Alley is friendlier than this girl. Is that the first time they've actually mentioned perjury in the series? Because, like, every single case in this series so far, someone's perjured themselves, and everyone just kind of lets it sail on by. Roxana, oh god. Yeah, perjury means nothing in this world. Nothing. Hey, Groshin, welcome in. How are you doing today? So this is a prequel. This takes place before the series, and we're following Mia, who is Phoenix's mentor, and Phoenix himself is on trial for murder, and it's not going well. Evidence just flying out the door of this courtroom. It's ridiculous. Oh god, I just got an achievement called Beware, Your Honor. Oh my god. So the first time is hitting the electrical pole, and that's when the cable broke. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed in the electrical pole. I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold. Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do is stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wished the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? Feeny stepped on a bee! But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little bit more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Blood for the blood god! Oh my god, yeah, your ellipses are going to get a hard workout in this game, Malkill, I promise you. So the cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted all occurred in less than a minute. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. I don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. I actually see the testimony here. Her entire story is insane. She's looking, she's paying attention, then suddenly she's not looking. It's all of this. All of this is bonkers. Alright, so I'm going to save first of all, but I think I see what we're doing here. Terrible witness, terrible. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Afeni likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. I mean, I can only speak for myself here, Rin, but every time I do, it makes me laugh. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court. What is this? This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Ms. Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we're ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Ms. Faye. Now then, Ms. Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Ms. Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Manfred von Karma, haul his ass back in. You're gonna say Mr. Creepy Hair just because? That would be hilarious. We would like to put the Northwestern Power Grid on trial, Your Honor. I was considering throwing the badge in there, honestly, that would have been hilarious. Look, the song was really rockin', okay? Order, Ms. Faye! What? I mean, why? That is to say... Ms. Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah! How How can you say something so mean, Madame Fay? I didn't do anything. Ms. Fay, this is a very serious charge you are. Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. You? What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What in the... Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ah! Leave my dolly alone. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Osberg, you're back. Seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Are you daft, punk? Listen to Beyonce. Was Beyonce a thing in 2013? Probably. The P stands for punk. Yeah, Phoenix always screws himself somehow. I don't know how he always manages to do that. Incident overview. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date time, August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Oh. Well. I think I see how this case is going to go. But we got to get there first. And, this should be fun. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I'm sending your lady friend to jail. You better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Oh, shit! So this is personal. Oh, this is getting deep. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, that is... May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. That is, I go right ahead. Madame Fay, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence to suggest that she, in fact, has a very good reason. Very well then, the court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. Let's see. Feeling of Game of Thrones theme here? I could see that, most definitely. Rooks, I love this series, but it is a little more painful when you, the player, see the issue long before the game is ready for you to solve. It is frustrating sometimes. But they also sometimes do twists very well in this game, so I'll forgive them for it. And this is just the tutorial too, so I get that as well. Right, Groshin? Why is so much put on the defense here? It's insane. Oh, you weren't a fan of the Apollo Justice games? I've never actually played the... Or, I started to play the first Apollo Justice game, but I didn't get very far. I'm hoping to play those at some point as well. Hey, Takarosh, welcome in. How are you doing today, Takarosh? Hope you're doing well. The poison? The poison for Diego? Diego's poison? I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. That music was pretty good right there, though. Mr. Wrights, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. Oh, is it a timed thing, Rooks? Oh, I don't like timed gimmicks at all, so I don't know that I like that very much. Oh, man. The dumb side, I kind of like that, Takarosh. Yeah, it'll be a while before we get to Apollo Justice. I believe the next game's in the... Actually, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I looked it up. And I know we'll be playing Apollo Justice at some point, but I know also the Edgeworth games are coming pretty soon. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. I think Edgeworth is next. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to double check. Yeah, the new ones look pretty cool too, and they put those out in English finally. For a long time they weren't. Alright, let's do the cross-examination. So she first met her darling Feeny 8 months ago. So until that time, you'd been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. It's a terrible nickname. Hey, Kiss! Welcome in, number 1. Number 2, how's your week going? And number 3, thank you for a 35-month resub. I appreciate all the support. Very cool of you. Thank you for that. So it's like they were destined to meet in the courthouse's basement reading room. Who can prove otherwise? I'm assuming they mean like none of his cases get overturned? Maybe, I guess. The courthouse reading room. It's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. Better tread carefully. I'm gonna save again. This music's pretty good too. I like this track here. Track here is pretty nice. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, let's keep pressing. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases, Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld. Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. And with a midlife crisis stuff. Mia, why did the girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? Let me take another peek at that real quick. Doesn't actually say anything about why she was there, interestingly enough. Cinder block! Oh, that's amazing. I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear. Be sure to read it carefully. The moment their eyes met, her heart skipped a beat. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Beanie is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked. He's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking. Beautiful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feeny. It's a... What? Don't describe your boyfriend with that? Holy shit, what are you doing? So they've been going out ever since that fateful day. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, none at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh. Are you sure? Yes, seems as they both wanted it that way. The victim wanted to break up with her? Let's press further. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see. What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife. No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it. That must mean... Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in the testimony. Alright, it's gonna be tough. I won't say anything, but I think I just connected some dots. Met him 8 months ago. They were destined to meet. Come to the courthouse to do some research for a paper she was writing. Let's take a look at our evidence here. Let's see what we get. Let's see. Let's check this article right here. Was sitting with the victim. Wait, hang on. The 19-year-old female college student was sitting with the victim. And then we look at the police report. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. So she was sitting with the victim, and he got poisoned while... Well, I think we might be onto something here. Let's go ahead and save here. But I think we're onto something. I'm not 100% sure what to press here. We're going to try presenting something. We either present the newspaper clipping or the police report. I think we're going to present the newspaper clipping first. The witness's testimony just... No, this is... It could be. It could be. It has to be, right? I knew it. However, your evidence doesn't show a contradiction you think you see. Objection denied. Try to think it over again. Dang it, that wasn't it. Alright, Alright, let's try presenting the police report then. There we go. But Mr. Judge! Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Ms. Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? You mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide... Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. See. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit a fire in my heart. And my buttocks. What the fuck is wrong with this man? Just don't say that to any other, don't. Grossberg, what the, What is wrong with you, Grossberg? I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. Stop. You shut up, Grossberg. Shut up and leave. Exit the courtroom. We're fine. We got this from here. It's true, Trey Dog. Welcome in, Trey Dog. How are you doing today? Extremely inappropriate. What is happening here? Very Grossberg. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Oh, I can't be good, I'm so sorry. DB Stewart! Welcome in, DB Stewart. How are you doing today? This is not the direction I thought this case would go. But over here we are trying to prove a double murder, and Grossberg's like, oh, God, you would not believe the things that are going on with my ass right now. Let me tell you. Please don't, Grossberg. Please stop. I just never. Just never. If it happens below about here, I don't want to know about it. Just that's the line. Right here. If it's below, I don't care. I don't care in the slightest. Never, ever. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. That's a good one, LTG, but also that wasn't. I was speaking on behalf of someone else. That's unfair. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Ha, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. All right, let's do the cross-examination. Yeah, just maybe left out the important part there. It's true. They did come out of my mouth. And I wasn't reading from the game. I did make them up. That part's fair as well. Alright, so she met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing to do at all with this case. Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Ms. Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you. You're the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Feeny, please. Ugh, these two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop? Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. Wow. Phoenix, you were in college? Phoenix? Are you like 7? What is... This man passed the bar. I just want to stress this. This guy passed the bar. This man is 21 as he is speaking right now. He passed the bar. He hasn't yet, but he does eventually. He's 21, he thinks girls don't poop, and eventually he passes the bar. Concentrated evil, goddammit. There's a whole book about it. He was in law school, clearly he had other books to read. You heard the defendant, Miss Fay. Better luck next time.
Oh, Feeney, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. She is full of shit, though. From what she heard, it was a liquid poison and as lethal as just 2 teaspoons. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops says about a half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. So not only that, she heard it was a very special kind of poison. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. Oh? Where would something like that come from? I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. He said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it. Chemical processes? Oh, well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. And that's the reason they didn't arrest you. Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Fay. She's right. I think we've all had enough of Miss Fay's questions. So, in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime is because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. And all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now, just how did a literature student get a hold of poison, of all things? Well, I think I know. Let me see where I would do this. Here we go. Alright, let's save again. First and foremost. Go back up to the top. Alright. And profiles. Let's see if we can present this. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Ms. Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Oh, we got some desperation music here. I like this. Malkill, I like it. I can see it. Does the university keep a swarm of wyverns? I don't know, I've never been there personally. I'm just gonna groove for a second. Oh, this sounds almost Mortal Kombat style. I like this. Well, Miss Hawthorne, seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done it was the one sitting at his very table. You. No! Order, order, order. Could it be? That's nothing but a baseless accusation. May I say something, Madame Fay? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container, did they?
When did the butterflies fuck off? I think when things turned against her. As soon as things started going bad, they're just like, I'm getting out of here. I don't want any part of this. Exactly, Malkill, exactly. Finish her. Mortal Kombat! This might be the first and only time in the series when a lack of evidence was accepted as exonerating circumstances. Yeah, usually they're like, no, we need something. We need something here. Yeah, so she wasn't on trial before, but she was the prime suspect for poisoning. Yeah, for some reason there's time limits in the cases in the Phoenix Wright universe, which is so weird. Yeah, butterflies, man, Finkelroy. They're there one day, and then as soon as you're accused of a couple of murders, they just abandon you.
She's right. They even mentioned that in the report.
Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? You got me good at that. Provide some evidence, or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye.
Unless we come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
Police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. And the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? Well, that's easy. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone who has nothing to do with the case. Someone you knew wouldn't be searched. Oh, who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's... It's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? Oh, it's really quite cute. Hey, Alex is playing. Welcome in, Alex. Welcome in, Raiders. For anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Shane. That's Shane's Games. I play the obscure, the unusual, and the nostalgic. Today we're playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, the third game in the series. Alex, how are you doing? How was your stream? What were you playing? Tell me everything. Welcome in also Blade, Maverick, Andy. Welcome in, everybody. And yeah, let's get a shout out for Alex who's playing right there. For anybody that doesn't know Alex, he is the Boss Penguin himself. He plays a wide variety of games, including a lot of really interesting multiplayer games with a lot of very cool folks. You never really know what you're gonna see over there. Also plays a lot of Dead by Daylight. If you're a fan of that, want to see some high-level play or not, go ahead and check that out as well. Make sure to click that link, give him a follow, check him out next time he's live. He's good people, most definitely. Teen Party was the variety of today. Imagine Fall Guys and Dark Souls. Holy shit. Now see, Alex, all I'm thinking right there is I'm imagining just exactly Dark Souls, except someone has modded the player character to look like one of those Fall Guys beans. And all I'm saying is I want that desperately. I want that to be a mod that I actually have. That'd probably get me to play Dark Souls, actually. Let me get caught up right here. Not from Wales, welcome in. How are you doing today? Oh god, I want to do that Not from Wales. I think I've actually seen that joke made before too, which is amazing. Although I think it's been Phoenix doing it. Basically, obstacle courses from hell with boss battles. Oh jeez, I'm gonna have to check out your VODs later. That sounds amazing. I hope you're enjoying it. Oh no, Kiss! Don't do it! Objection! Your replicant was neither obscure, unusual, nor nostalgic. Gibagubo, hold it! The original Nier came out in 2013 and was obscure as hell back then. It's grandfathered in. That was actually my logic. Is that people may know Nier now because of Automata, but back when the original Nier came out, very much unknown. And still lesser known than Automata, I'd argue. I can't believe they're making a Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. That is the weirdest news to come out of Gamescom, I think. Kiss, I respect that and I appreciate that. So, what about it? What does it mean, Ms. Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Wright, Phoenix Wright, was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. However, she didn't count on one thing. My client is an incredibly goofy dumbass. Ain't that the truth? Order in the court. On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, I know, that's savage, going straight for the jugular there. Holy shit. I think Feeney's gonna stick, I do think so. Yeah, basically LTG. Now we're gonna move to the third phase of the trial, which is all gonna be trying to prove that Phoenix is basic as hell, and that no girl would ever date her. That'll be an interesting trial segment. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie! Oh my god, Phoenix. I think Phoenix just made a break for it. Mia, you alright? Yes, I think so. And boy, you went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace! Miss Hawthorne's present! It's gone! What? It's terrible!
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now?
Oh my god, Phoenix, why are you so stupid? It's killing me. Rin, you could not be more correct. How does Phoenix not think it's weird that every single time he's seen this woman for 8 months she asks for that necklace back? And he's just like, haha, you're so funny. Oh my god. Phrasing.
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just give back the necklace.
I ate it.
You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah.
What the? What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? Well, you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us.
Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
Oh, it would seem.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Ms. Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Fortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? It's maybe impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I proved so much, is she gonna get away with everything?
Well, now the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Mr. Wright! I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me. I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab.
Poison?
Same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief.
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that.
You forgot? You forgot. You forgot! Wow! That's convenient, Phoenix. I mean, I'd say it's implausible, but we've seen that Phoenix routinely forgets how the law works, so... Yeah, I guess that kind of checks out, doesn't it? Working in the lab late one night? Did their eyes behold a scary sight? Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous! There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? He told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this is... The defendant is... Miss Faye, you tell them... Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago, too, huh? If you put that together, Mr. Wright's testimony, and there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. Night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye, if you're so certain of your theory, let me ask you this. Yeah, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. I think I know what we gotta do here. Hey, Fallos! Welcome in! How are you doing today, Fallos? How's your week going? Phoenix Wrong is a legendary web series. I think I've seen some of that back in the day. Phoenix was in Marvel vs. Capcom, so he's been in a fighting game. Yeah, why do they have poison just sitting around? Like, deadly exotic poison. Like, I've seen chem labs. They have a lot of base chemicals and the means to mix base chemicals. Why do they have deadly exotic poison available? Because they didn't say that she mixed it herself. They said she stole it as if it was already there. Ooh, Falls, that sounds exciting. Is it a cruise? I'm curious now. She did do a haiku about mushrooms, it's true. Yeah, where's the lab supervisor? What is the lab security? I have so many questions. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back, therefore... Exactly who is Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? That's an excellent question, I have an answer for you. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. I have to blow my nose real quick, folks. I will be right back. Alright, we are back. Bolos, that sounds amazing. I know you've been working real hard lately. I hope that is a fantastic break for you. You enjoy that. Yeah, this universe is just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on here. Although I do have a funny story I should tell that I feel is relevant in this situation. This was my second year in college. And I was up, it was probably about 2 a.m. I was up late not doing homework and playing Unreal Tournament, I believe. And I'm just hanging around. I'm like in my pajamas, which I think was like a t-shirt and boxers. I'm sitting at my computer, I'm playing video games, and I hear a knock on the door. I'm like, who the hell's knocking on my door at 2 a.m.? And so I go to check, and it's a buddy of mine named Olaf. I swear, that's his name. He's like, hey Shane, what's up? I'm like, nothing, Olaf. What you doing at 2 a.m.? He's like, I want to show you something. I'm like, where? He's like, the bathroom. I said, what? And he just starts walking off towards the bathrooms. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. I think I might be about to get murdered, but alright, let's go see. It's 2 a.m. Got a guy knocking on my door, says he's gonna show me something in the bathroom. Sure, let's go. So I follow him into the bathroom, and in the sink of the bathroom is a 3-foot-high pillar of green flames, burning like Hell's Inferno itself. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, guess who's been borrowing from the chem lab? That's my story. Anyway, let's continue. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Gamagumo, I think we know that curiosity did, in fact, kill the cat. We've established that. Just to say that maybe things getting stolen from a chem lab might be somewhat plausible. I wasn't a chemistry student. I don't even remember where the chem lab was. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Ms. Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It's not that dangerous to borrow. I have no idea what he used to this day. I just know it was terrifying. And now that friend is the leading chemist. I don't actually know what he's up to these days. But that was terrifying. Does he really like worm hugs? Not that Olaf. Not quite that one. I mean, Gamagumo, that was basically my thinking. So I'm like, am I about to get murdered? It's 2 a.m. I got nothing else going on. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Oh my god, Phoenix. A leading chemist who cooks crystal meth was a former high school chemistry teacher. I think I heard of that guy before. Sounds familiar. Say his name. It could have been. I don't know what he used. I just knew there was a gigantic flame, so whatever it was, he must have used a lot of it. Beanie, what a joke you are. I'm sorry, what? Oh, she's changed. That is a different demeanor there. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I have been told you time and time again keep your trap shut about that necklace. Hey, Dawn Wanderer, thank you so much for the sub right there. I appreciate the heck out of that. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy your badge, and welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. I take it that means you've been enjoying your time tonight? That's awesome. That is very awesome. I hope you like those. Personally, the heart's my favorite. You disgust me.
Ms. Hawthorne!
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? Seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack.
Well,
Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No!
You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Ms. Gray?
Oh god, we better save. It's getting right down to it, ladies and gents. Things is getting dangerous.
Everyone is way into burning things today. People know a lot about fire in this chat. It's kind of horrifying.
And yeah, she summoned the butterflies back.
They keep coming and going. This is weird.
Somebody's got to pay for this. Somebody's going down for this.
Or multiple somebodies, you know. We can make this a busy day.
Exactly. Let's, or what is it, Ipecac? The thing that makes you throw up? We don't got time to wait for X-Lax. No. We got to get that out right now.
50 Shades of Grey. Oh my god.
That's a very different game. Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that will establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. To be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder.
Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! Can't possibly!
Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you are unable to establish her guilt, I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. Let's save again. Sounds like really dangerous. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Well then, Ms. Fay, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Ms. Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
I think I just figured it out.
Oh, that's genius. We were just talking before about how sad it is when you figure things out too early. This I just figured out right now.
literally just figured it out this second. Because remember how they were saying that the victim was clutching the bottle because he was trying to point to the killer? I think he was. Oh, I think he was. Here it is, Your Honor. Evidence that'll prove her guilt once and for all. Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. When I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Ms. Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? Oh, what are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she'd accidentally run into in the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Awarded, I love seeing the cogs turning. I love that moment of realization. I love when it comes right down to the wire and I'm like, oh my god, I understand. Like, when the game can pull that off, is hiding the secret until the exact moment when it's necessary. I love that. I've had a stone cold thirst for justice. Yeah, there's a co-op puzzle bobble, right? I saw there was a trailer posted in my Discord. It looks amazing. Oh, come now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey? Mia Fey? Oh God! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? Oh, did the butterflies incinerate? Spontaneous combustion? What the fuck? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Yes. I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. What just happened? What just happened? What just happened there? They go foof! Through sheer Sith anger, basically. She's goes. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust this witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, and I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, yeah. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? It's my hair! My beautiful hair! No! Oh, no! Wow! Wow! Holy shit, what? The sheer force of our own destroyed his hair. We murdered his comb over right here, right now, live in court. Through sheer force of will. I think Dolly is not the only one with force powers in here. Yeah, honestly, that transformation warded was so good. That was so terrifying. Hey, Jimmy the Cannon, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good week so far. Mia Fey's rage-based hair salon. I love it. It was a mercy killing. Yeah, that thing had to go. It really did. Flare Cat, welcome in. Pompadour and Circumstance. I love it. Oh my god. Mr. Payne? About Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic. But not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Fey? Yes, Your Honor. Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Well, Mr. Payne, this can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. Appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly. Very well then.
believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. This court is adjourned. Oh, you got a doctor's appointment, Jimmy? Well, here's hoping for good news. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. P for Patsy. I love it. That fits perfectly. P for perfectly oblivious, I think, would also work very well. April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Jesus Christ, shut up! I don't need to hear these things. No one needs to hear these things. Grossberg, literally keep it in your pants. TMI, Jesus. Mr. Grossberg, you, maybe think you could stop talking about them? It's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand? I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kind of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. Yes, Jimmy, this is a prequel that takes place long before the series. So Phoenix is a lawyer. He's studying to become a lawyer, but also he's majoring in art for some reason. So instead, we're following Mia as she defends him against a murder charge. I think they said I know they said 5 years ago. I think it's more than 5 years, but I'm not 100% sure. And that's when I killed him, Your Honor. Honestly, justifiable, Flarecat. I do appreciate Mia calling him on it, finally. Finally. He's studying law for funsies. He's not majoring in it, but he's studying it on when he's bored. Oh my god, I would definitely read a manga written by Phoenix Wright. That'd be amazing. In my head, I was kind of imagining that he's like an abstract sculptor. I'm just imagining these weird blobby sculptures that he's like, and this represents World War II. Because that seems like Phoenix to me, honestly. Yeah, he swallowed glass. We should be really worried about that. Phoenix, you need to go to the hospital, my dude. I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. Hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. Mia's passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And
Memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. That's a story for another day. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories, the end. A brand new episode has been added. Favorite progress up to this point? Yes. Alright. Whew. Yeah, he'd shoot up the glass. What the hell? Lodo, good morning. I'm doing good. How about yourself, Lodo? How's your week going? Thus includes the story of how Phoenix Wright lost his butt, or something. Yeah, no, Mia died, was it right before the first game? Or no, it was during the first case of the first game. Phoenix's first big case was actually, or his first real case, I think, was Mia's murder. Well, no, he defended Larry Butts first. Yeah, he defended Larry Butts in the first case, and then case 2, Mia was murdered and he had to, find her killer. That's right, that's right. Thank you, everybody, for correcting me. So yeah, that's why I casually mentioned it, because this is game 3 and that happened back in game 1. We can finally stop waiting for Godot, sorry. His indestructible hair and his index finger of doom! Objection! Was she murdered by the scary butterfly lady? No, it was somebody else. I don't remember totally what the motive was there. Oh no, it was somebody who like busted into the office to steal evidence and killed her because she saw him, I believe. Red White. Oh, that's a hell of a name right there. Oh my god. All right. So that's the end of the first case. And the next case is episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout, which should be interesting. I suspect that's not the last we're going to see of our little butterfly girl there, because that was really ominous. That was really ominous, and technically they never mentioned that she got convicted at any point. And she never confessed either. Usually there's a breakdown where the suspect confesses, so, I don't know. I feel like that was foreshadowing right there. But either way, that was a good start to the game. I enjoyed that. I had a good time with that. I hope you folks enjoyed it too. I think since that's the end of the first case, that seems like a good stopping place for the day, though, so I think we're going to wrap it up there. So I hope everybody enjoyed that so far. I hope you'll join us tomorrow. We're going to be back at the same time. We're going to be picking up right here with the start of the second case as well. I already checked, there are 5 cases in the game altogether. So we already finished the first one, but the first one's always by far the shortest. That one didn't have us doing any investigation either. So that was just sort of to teach us the courtroom mechanics, I imagine. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I figured I would. I enjoyed the first 2. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the next case has for us as we actually dig into this. So as always, thank you for everybody hanging around. I had a great time. You folks were amazing today. I loved all the puns. I loved the constant disses to the witnesses and the defense. Warden, thank you so much for the 100 bits in memoriam for Winston Payne's hair. It wasn't very good, but there was a bunch of it there. We'll remember it forever, and I'm sure Winston will as well. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Rafflecoop, the first K in Ace Attorney Chronicles, took you like 6 hours. Holy shit. So I guess there's an escalation over the series. That's interesting. We'll see how that goes once we get there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Oh, awesome, Follows. Glad I could do that for you. Hope the rest of your day is just as good. So if you folks can spare 1 more minute before we wrap things up today, I would really appreciate that, because we gotta see who all else is online. So if you're not done watching Twitch for the day, maybe I can send you somewhere cool. I would definitely like to try. So make sure to hit follow if you haven't already. That'll be the quickest way to find me tomorrow or at any point in the future. If you'd like to come back, I'd love to have you here. While I'm looking to see who all is live right now, there are some links in chat you might want to check out if you haven't seen them already. We have a link to my Twitter if you'd like to get notified about the stream that way. We have a link to my YouTube if you want to check out any of the games I've played in the past, or if you just want to get caught up on Phoenix Wright, all the VODs will be going up there. And we have a link to my Discord if you'd like to chat with myself or the rest of the community outside of the stream. Everyone is welcome in there, so feel free to join us there. Let's see, where are we headed today? Ooh, hang on. I see somebody streaming that I haven't gotten to raid in a little while, who is always a joy to stop by. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would absolutely love it if you join me as we go raid none other than Jessica Fuller. She is a fantastic retro streamer. She plays a lot of really unusual titles, and also plays a lot of fighting games too, which is very cool. Today she is doing a Fightcade day. I believe she's going to be playing a variety of different fighting games. She is very talented in those, so you're going to see an absolute clinic put on, I promise you. Also, you're going to get to see some of her custom graphics work. She does a lot of cool visualizers, which I think is really neat. So why don't you join me over there, say hi to Jess, hang out a bit, throw her a follow if you like what she's doing. But hey, if you've got other things to do, I will just say as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. I will see you folks tomorrow for more Trials and Tribulations. Take care of yourselves, everybody.